Joining us now to discuss these changes and the resignation, former Army helicopter pilot Amber Barno. Amber, it is so good to have you back on America's Forum. Thanks for joining us.
It is great to be back. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Amber. Welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks.
Before resigning, Secretary Shinseki described his disappointment with the way the VA system is working and apologized to veterans, Congress, and his supporters. Here's what he had to say.
I was too trusting of some, and I accepted as accurate reports that I now know to have been misleading with regard to patient wait times. I can't explain the lack of integrity among some of the leaders of our healthcare facilities. This is something I rarely encountered during 38 years in uniform. And so I will not defend it because it is indefensible. But I can take responsibility for it.
Officials from both sides called for him to resign, which we now know he did just a few hours ago. Amber, is this a step in the right direction for the VA?
This is the first step of many steps that need to happen for VA reform to fix it for veterans. I was happy to see his remarks in terms of taking responsibility for it. I really thought it was a day late and a dollar short as far as taking what's been going on at the VA seriously. He's been around for over 5 years. This is not the first IG report to come out that has outlined some of the different issues with wait times and veterans not getting the care that they need. And just because of the light that's been shed on this issue most recently with the Phoenix scandal is the only reason that there's going to be any change in the future. So it's sort of like being sorry they got caught instead of sorry that it happened in the first place.
Now, do you think a criminal investigation is appropriate?
I do. I think that people are dead because of the lack of moral integrity within some employees at the VA. And so that definitely needs to get looked into. These are federal employees working for the federal government. And I think that there should definitely be a criminal probe into what happened.
Amber, let's make it personal. You are a veteran, so given your experience, what was the treatment you received from the VA, or did you even go to them for health care?
So I recently got out of the military in 2010, and I did the first visit that you go do and you sort of get put into the system. And my experience was miserable, and it wasn't necessarily because of, most people say that the doctors that they see at the VA are great and are doing a great job. I sort of had the exact opposite experience. I had a doctor who was trying to make me redo every single, procedure or checkup, anything that I had while I was active duty. So not only is that a waste of time and money, I don't want to go through all of that again for something that's already been acknowledged by the VA, put into the system, and, they're the ones that have acknowledged it. So the fact that she was just trying to make me go through some extra steps again, it was frustrating, and I wanted to see a different doctor, and I was basically told that I couldn't, or it was going to take forever. And so my 3-hour-long experience, or however long I was there for, I said, I'm done. I'm not going back unless I have to, and I haven't been back since.
Now, John Boehner had famously said that focusing on Shinseki really distracts from the disaster, quote unquote, of the VA, and this is a sentiment that Shinseki echoed in his resignation speech. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that we can't lose sight of what is important here, and that is fixing the VA for veterans. Secretary Shinseki's resignation was just the first step. There's a lot of work that has to be done, but it is going to set that accountability culture that needs to happen within the VA. They still need to pass the VA Management of Accountability Act of 2014 because that will allow the new secretary to change the status quo. So he'll be able to fire his top-level managers within the VA. So if they're not doing their job, if they're lying, different ethical issues as we've seen, they are out of there, and they can bring in people who are going to do the right job. So I agree with Speaker Boehner. I think that we can't lose sight of the VA scandal just because Shinseki resigned. That's just the first step. There's still a lot of work to be done.
Amber, earlier today we spoke with Dr. Ben Carson and former Congressman and Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Pete Hoekstra, about the VA. Let's listen to what they had to say. Apparently we don't have that. So let me bring it back, Amber, to the point that you have made here. You went once and that was enough for you. So as far as you are concerned, is it now time for a veteran's voucher so that all of those who served in uniform now have a way to get health care wherever they want it?
I do, because I like privatized healthcare, not government-run healthcare. And I know some people get concerned with the whole semantics surrounding voucher. But what we need to remember is we want what's best for veterans, right? If it's to some private doctor that I choose versus, a government VA facility healthcare where I don't think I'm getting as good of care, where should our priorities lie with the best healthcare, right?
Free to choose, the bottom line, right, Amber? You fought for our freedoms, and we'll have to end it right there. Amber Barno, as always, we appreciate your perspectives. We look forward to visiting with you again real soon. So Amber says a veteran's voucher might be the answer. What do you say? We'd love to get your comments. Why don't you tweet them to us at Newsmax TV, #America's Forum.